Hello, I'm Kevin Martin. I am a mindset coach with Peak Performance Mindset Coaching. But today I'm going to speak to you about something called Ho'oponopono. Yes, that's right. It's Ho'oponopono. And I'm going to tell you about the simplified four-phrase prayer from Ho'oponopono. It's also known as self-identity Ho'oponopono. Now, there is another Ho'oponopono out there, maybe a few other versions, but this one is a four-phrase prayer. And you can see it in back of me. And you may have read about this, Joe Vitale, in his book, Zero Limits, talks about this Ho'oponopono prayer, and he talks about someone named Dr. Hugh Len. I'll tell you a little bit about the story, but that's what I want to focus on is how to use this, because this can be used to get all those little thoughts and doubts and little problems out of your way. Well, let's first talk about the name Ho'oponopono. It's Hawaiian, of course, as you can tell. Ho'o means to make, and pono means right. So Ho'opono is to make right. Ho'oponopono is to make doubly right, or to make right for you and me, or however you want to see it. But Ho'oponopono is a way to set things right. Now, it is a forgiveness process from Huna, which is the ancient Hawaiian system, energy system, or their system that they used. It actually means secret, and it's not a secret, but Ho'oponopono was part of that. And the way this is used is this is four phrases, and it's used in different ways, mistakenly thinking those phrases are geared towards someone. The phrases are, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. Now, a lot of people have approached this as a forgiveness approach. And when they look at this and they say, you want me to say, I love you and I'm sorry to the person who did something to me, the person that I can't stand, I can't do this. No, it's not that way. That I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you are not sent with that person in mind. If you're using it on a person, I'm going to be teaching you how to use it on a lot of things. It's sent to the divine, to God, to the creator, to the universe. And if you don't believe in any of that, it's sent back to you. Even when it goes to all of those, any of those, it actually comes back to you. So what you're saying eventually is you're saying, I love you to you. You're saying, I'm sorry to you. You're saying, please forgive me to you. And you're saying, thank you to you. Now, wonderful. Now, still, maybe these four phrases still aren't making that much sense to you, but let me tell you how this can be used. Whenever you detect, whenever you become aware of some negative thought process you're having, and let's talk about something you're approaching, something you need to do, and you're having doubts. And you're having doubts. You're having doubts that you can do what you need to do. You're having doubts that things are going to turn out the right way. Now, the way I look at it is these doubts are things that we picked up from years of picking up stuff. We go through life and we pick up baggage, or sometimes I call it garbage. And this comes from our experiences and our interpretations of outcomes. This comes from what people told us when we were younger, or what people continuously tell us about what the world is like, or about what we are like. Don't we often have people telling us, what we are like, especially as a child? And it's not always that good and that helpful and that resourceful. So these doubts come up. So you're feeling a doubt and you recognize it and you say, well, I believe that I picked this up from somewhere else. I shouldn't have it. The only reason I feel it is because of my memories. And going back, way back, by the way, not memories you might be conscious of, but memories going way back that you have no idea. And you weren't built this way. You weren't created to go through life, to have doubts, to have negative thoughts, to have fears and everything else, except for, of course, the fears that protect you. But the ones that come from that garbage, that baggage, you weren't created to walk around with all that. So what you're saying when you say, I'm sorry, you said, hey, I know I'm better than this. I know I was created to be better than this. I'm sorry that I let this be here. I'm sorry that I let this attach to me. So that's why you're saying sorry. And if you're saying sorry to God, the divine universe, you're basically saying, hey, I know that I'm supposed to be here, I was built to be better than this, to be better than having these silly doubts. And then when you say, please forgive me, what you're actually saying is, please erase this from me. Get rid of this. Help me let this go. Help me release this. That's what the please forgive me is. By the way, if there are thoughts that aren't so really nice, they're pretty negative, that you're having towards somebody else, because maybe they did something to you, when you're saying, I'm sorry, you're saying, this anger, this resentment, this is not me. This is not who I want to be. And I want to get rid of it. So that's when you're saying sorry. You're saying, hey, I know I'm better than this. And when you're saying, please forgive me, it's like, hey, let me let this go. It has little to do with that other person and a lot to do with you. And when it comes to forgiveness, that's what we've all learned. And it's absolutely true. When you're holding on to resentment, when you're holding on to anger, the only person you're hurting is yourself. So when you go to get rid of it, you're looking at yourself and what you're holding on to, not the other person. So it's really not even forgiving that other person. You're just letting go of this for your own purpose. So let's go back to that self-doubt. So when you say, by the way, these 4 terms, these 4 prayers can be said, these phrases can be said in any way you want. I typically say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you. You can say them in any order you want. So when you say, I love you, you're saying it to God, you're saying it to divine, you're saying it to the universe, or you're saying it back to yourself. And maybe it's not fully true, but if you do this enough times and you wipe out a lot of that garbage, you're going to come to love yourself. So you're not saying this towards anybody. You can picture yourself if that feels comfortable. And when you say thank you, it's gratitude. And I like to see it as a preemptive thank you. I like to see this as, hey, I'm releasing this stuff. You're helping me release the stuff. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. It's preemptive. Maybe it's not released, and maybe it won't release for a couple of days. But you say that. You say, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. And again, just to make sure, this isn't guided towards any person except maybe yourself or the divine or God or universe, creator, however you see that. Okay. So right now, think about something that's been bothering you. Something that's been bothering you. Maybe it gets you angry. Maybe it gets you a little anxious, a little fearful. Think about that. Bring it into your body. This is key, by the way. You have to think about this first and think about what the feeling is. And try your best to feel it as you're saying it. They don't teach you this. Then when you have that feeling, you go over this for a couple of minutes. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. Remember, you're directing this out to the universe, to God, the divine, or thinking of it going out and then coming back into you. You're not thinking of a person or anything else, but this feeling you have. And at the same time, starting to understand and starting to think about the fact that, hey, you're a better person than this. You're starting to raise your self-esteem at the same time. Hey, I'm a better person than thinking of this, than feeling this anger, or than feeling this stupid fear, this stupid anxiety. I'm better than this. So I'm sorry for me letting it be here, me accepting it as me. I'm sorry for doing that. I'm not intending to do it anymore. Please forgive me. Please help me let this go. And I love you and thank you. Love and gratitude are two of the most powerful emotions we can have. So when you say I love you, think about what it feels like to love. And when you say thank you, think about the gratitude that you're actually being able to release something. You're actually going to get rid of this. You're actually improving yourself. You're actually becoming a better person for yourself, by the way, not for anyone else. Ho'oponopono can be used for so many things. And I want you to practice this the way I've just told you before we move on to the larger things it is used for. One of the things is law of attraction. And I will tell you right now, it's the most powerful law of attraction tool I've ever seen. Until next time, you take care. Bye-bye.